All right, so welcome everybody to the Shine Tribe's Emerald Training. And I am so excited to do our training this way. If you've been with us for any amount of time, you've probably gone through a training like this, but we've stretched it out over like 10 days. And so we just drip a little bit of information every day for 10 days, and it's in a Facebook group. And that's okay, but I don't know if you guys are like me, you just want to hit the ground running, right? You just want to know what it is I need to know what it is I need to do, and start getting to work. So tonight we are taking a little bit different approach to our Emerald training, and we are going to give you all the information in 1 hour. So this call is going to end right at 10. I know tomorrow's Monday and everybody's got stuff to do, so I want to respect that. We're going to end right at 10 o'clock, but we're going to give you all the training you need tonight. And what we're going to do in our Coach Basics group, which you guys have been rocking it. I mean, the energy, the participation, everything has just been, I have never seen a group like this before, and it just makes me so excited for what this is going to mean for your businesses going forward. And so just give yourselves a pat on the back, applause, whatever, because you guys have been doing awesome. But what we're going to do now, this next week after our call tonight, is instead of learning and just sitting back and gathering information, we're going to take this information that we've learned tonight and actually every day take action on it. Do something that is going to move you towards your goals, because we could waste 10 days just sitting around and learning, or we can learn in an hour, get it done, and start getting to work and actually building our businesses and moving it forward and hitting Success Club and recruiting coaches and doing all those things that we want to be doing. So that is sort of the whole thought behind this call, is that we just want to get you the information and then get going and actually build our business. But before I turn it over to the first of our guest speakers, I did want to make a really special announcement to you guys. We have the amazing, okay, let me back up. So part of Going Emerald, and I don't want to steal anybody's thunder here, because Marlena is going to share all about what Going Emerald is and why it's important and all that stuff. But, just a little spoiler, Going Emerald means you add 2 coaches to your team, all right? And that's all I'm going to say about that. But what I am starting tonight in the Shine Tribe, and you guys are the first to know about this, is something called the Emeralds Club. The Emeralds Club is a club for those who add 2 coaches in 1 month. So if you are a brand new coach and you have no coaches on your team, that's going to make you an Emeralds coach. However, the Emeralds Club is open to anyone. If you're already an Emerald and you add 2 more coaches in a month, you'll be a part of the Emeralds Club. If you're a Diamond and you add 2 more coaches in a month, you will be part of the Emeralds Club. Doesn't matter what your rank is, doesn't matter what adding those 2 coaches does to your rank. I am creating this club for anyone who adds 2 coaches in a month. And the whole thought behind it is that successful coaches are consistently growing. They're consistently growing their team. They're consistently reaching out and sharing and duplicating what their passion for Beachbody and helping others and giving this gift of health and fitness to others. We want to be duplicating that. And so in this club, everyone who qualifies for the club will get a prize every month. And for this very first month, we are teaming up with some other teams in BTFP, some of my success partners, and we are hosting an exclusive call with a 2-time elite coach named Laura Mendenhall. And she is so brilliant. You guys are going to fall in love with her. She has 2 toddler boys. She has built an incredibly successful business. Her and her husband were in ministry for a while, and I know a lot of you coaches have ministry in your background as well, and she just has an incredible wealth of wisdom. She's the one who did the funnel system, the invite system, if any of you guys watched that amazing video. She's going to do an exclusive call just for us, and you can ask her any questions you want. She's going to be on live, and that call will be open to anyone who hits the Emeralds Club this month. ending in September, the end of September. So this training, yes, I want to, give you guys a lot of good information, but I want you to take it and take action on it and add 2 coaches to your team and go Emerald if you're just a coach, or go Emerald again, even if you're already an Emerald, and just continue to be growing and adding to your team. So that is our big announcement. I'm going to be giving more information, and feel free to ask questions if you have them. I'm going to be giving more information in our team page in the coming days, but I wanted to let you guys know that, so that as you're listening to this information and growing and learning, you kind of have in the back of your mind this amazing call that can be yours for being in the Emeralds Club this month. So, all right, without further ado, I am going to turn it over to Marlena, our first speaker of the night. Yeah, there you go.
Can everyone hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Hi, welcome. Thank you, Vanessa. All right, let's get into it. Emerald.
All right, let me pull up Marlena's slide. Hold on. Here we go.
Beautiful. With purple, yay, you know me. Okay, so Emerald. Emerald is, if you haven't already noticed through Coach Basics, and basically the primary first way to achieve rank as a Beachbody coach is by having 2 coaches on each leg. You'll see on the slide there, you are the coach. We all start off as coaches, and then you have 2 legs, a left and a right leg. And that's really easy to remember. What you need to go Emerald is anyone that signs up under you, either as a business building coach or even as a discount coach, and remains active, you will qualify to the rank of Emerald. The thing about that is that not only are you building your business and your own team, but once those coaches start building their own team volume, the big thing is getting the team bonus cycles. Now that's really cool because it's based on the team volume, not just your own. It's you helping each other, just like is helping her downline of personally sponsored coaches. And then, like they like to say, like the grandbaby coaches and great-grand coaches start accumulating team volume, then you get cycles off of that. You get paid for that. Now, when you are Emerald, you also start qualifying for leads, and that is based on your Success Club points. So if you're getting a minimum of 5 Success Club points a month, then you'll notice in your Coach Online office that it'll show you new customer, and you don't know them necessarily, but you start building that communication, that relationship. And even though off of their initial order, you won't get any personal volume points for it, but from that point on, you can introduce them to the challenge groups, which that's hopefully the way they've contacted you, through infomercials or your own friends or contacts that you have become under you, and then you go from there. Is that it? I got it?
Yeah. Are you finished? Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. So does anyone have any questions about how to go Emerald or what Emerald is? It's pretty simple, but I don't want to move on if anybody has questions about it. Okay, I don't see anybody having questions. So we're going to move on now to Miss Shelby. Shelby, are you here?
Yep.
All right. So Shelby is going to share with us how to expand your network.
Okay. So, just a little background to give you guys some perspective about how this is actually something that I really had to grow with is I started out on my Facebook with less than 50 friends, and now I have close to 700. And I've been a coach for a little over a year, about a year and a half. And my Facebook was very private, and just that kind of thing. So this is something that I've definitely had firsthand experience with the ups and the downs of trying to expand your network. So the first thing that you want to do is try and get connected. So think about who you are outside of Beachbody and then get connected into other groups and other events and other things that relate to those things. So for me, when I first got started, I was a breastfeeding mom. So on Facebook, I'm a part of some breastfeeding mom groups. I have friends that on there you can see like education. So I've become friends or reconnected with friends who I went to school with or college with. I also am a law enforcement spouse and a military spouse. So I'm a part of some groups that involve that. So think about who you are outside of being a Beachbody coach and then find ways to connect. And it doesn't have to just be social media. It can be through Facebook. That's a big place for me because I'm a stay-at-home mom and I work from home. So that's kind of my thing is through Facebook, but it can be through, like I put on there, like socials and like events in your community or in your church or anything like that. So just think about who you are, first of all, outside of Beachbody, and then start connecting in other groups and other places that have to do with that. Then the next step would be to connect and friend 3 to 5 new people from those places each day. Now, don't just go say, so I said I'm in some breastfeeding mom groups. I go to the breastfeeding mom group and I see there's 5 new posts. So I click on each of those 5 people and I friend request them. I don't advise that. So I would say what I mean is when it says connect is I go to those groups and I share and add value to that group. If there's a breastfeeding mom in there who's struggling to have enough milk, I was struggling to have enough milk. So I might comment or share some ways that helped me. And then I might friend them and say, I saw that you wrote a message, like a comment in the breastfeeding mom group about trying to, up your milk supply. I've struggled with that too. How old is your little girl? Just so that you're starting a relationship and you've added already value. You're not automatically friending them and trying to suck value from them. You friend them and then you're trying to give them value. After that, you want to get to know them. At that point, you want to stop thinking about you and you don't want to look at them as potential customers, which they are, but you want to get to know them and really look at them as the opportunity to be friends with them. So you want to go onto their pages and onto their profiles and pictures, comment, ask them questions about themselves. They say form. And so you want to talk about their family, talk about what they do for a living, talk about what they do for fun, and really get to know them without ever asking or bringing up Beachbody at all. Because the next step is to build that relationship, which kind of goes hand in hand with liking, commenting, and asking questions. Now, this is something that I'm working on because you can add a lot of friends, but then they don't really know you. And so, or you don't really know them. And so you really want to start getting to know them, liking on their stuff and just asking them questions. After you've liked and comment and asked some questions, maybe on their page or that kind of thing, then shoot them a message without Beachbody. Again, Beachbody will naturally come up in the conversation, but you don't want to jump into automatically just talking about Beachbody. And then the other part is these people that you're adding through these other places don't know you. So that next step is add value, share your story, and build your credibility. Because your initial warm market are people who know you. They know your character. They know your story better. They know about who you are. But these people that you're adding through groups and socials and things like that don't really know you. So they're kind of okay, who is this person? You have to show them who you are, that you have something to add to their life, and that your story might have something in common with them. And so that in that process, expanding your network isn't just about friending them and that kind of thing, but making sure that you're consistent on your own page in sharing your story and sharing your value and building that credibility. Because even if nobody, like, trust me, if nobody sees you don't think anybody is seeing your posts, they are. If nobody liking or commenting or anything, they are seeing your stuff. And what that's doing is saying, oh, like, I don't really know her, but I see her doing all these workouts. And then they might see another post and they don't really know you, but, oh, she's got a little girl that's my daughter's age. Or they don't know you, but you look really happy, and something about you is something that they want in their life. So really adding value and building that credibility after you've connected and had these friends. Now, after you've done all that, then you have developed this relationship and you can invite them. I would highly avoid the cold invite because I have had that. This is the whole up and down of expanding your network. I went through a phase where I thought, like, I just need to invite people because that's what we hear, invite. But I was missing all of those other steps that I just talked about. So I'll cold invite them, and these people don't know you. Like, they're just like, okay, well, she just wants to, like, invite me to a group. That's why she friended me. And so you're going to be met with a lot of unsuccess. And so you're going to get discouraged that all of these people aren't, it's not worth it. It's not working. But if you do all those steps beforehand, then you've established that credibility. And then on that picture on the bottom there, you can see that's the invite funnel that Vanessa was talking about from Laura. And that kind of encapsulates and, like, covers what I kind of said, just a little bit more surface value, and how you can start to build that relationship, and it's not like scammy, it's authentic. And so it's like a process, because that funnel is the piece that I have been missing, because I went and automatically jumped to that cold invite and adding all these people, but I wasn't really getting to know them. So it talks about going through, like, liking and, like, friending them, liking and commenting some more, messaging them, talking to them, and then, like, 10 to 15 days later, then you've had this relationship that you've built with these people, and you can actually talk about Beachbody, invite them, and say, like, something about their life and how Beachbody can fill that need. So there you go. I will wrap that up. I don't know if I took too much time.
Awesome. No, that was perfect. And, just to give you guys a little connection between what Marlena shared about going Emerald and what Shelby is sharing about expanding your network is, if you're trying to build a team, you're going to be the leader, right? And we went through this leadership book, some of my leaders, a lot of the girls who are sharing tonight, and basically we learned that leadership is influence. It's being able to influence people and inspire them and motivate them to follow you without, like, not like a boss, like, oh, well, if you don't follow me, you're fired, like, we don't have that kind of power over people. They have to follow us either in a challenge group or on our team because they want to. And the only way that they're going to want to is if they have a relationship with us, is if we really connect with them on a personal level. And so that's why it's so important when you're expanding your network to do so with relationships. And yes, relationships take time and they take work, but once you've gotten to that end point, you feel so authentic to be able to invite them. It's not just like something to check off a list. It's because you actually care and want to bring something amazing to their life. So that's kind of the bridge between these two things. All right, so now we are going to move on to Miss Leisha. And she's going to talk to us about what do we post about. You're supposed to post 3 to 5 times a day. So, Leisha, take it away. Is Leisha here? I hope she is. I don't see her.
I know I've seen her pop on and off. I don't know if something's going on that she isn't on now.
All right, well, let's skip ahead then.
Vanessa?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I've been having internet issues, so I'm actually just on my phone. But if it works this way, I can do it this way.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. All right, perfect. So like Vanessa said, I am going to share about what to post about. I know as new coaches, and certainly when I was a brand new coach, that posting can be somewhere that everyone gets stuck. So having a little bit of an idea of why it's important to post and what your goal is in posting was one of the things that really helped me. So that's what we'll talk a little bit about. And then also just some of the things that you can do to what you need to be sharing about. So, so to start off with, our whole purpose in posting is it's honestly an extension of your inviting process. You know, people aren't going to know what you have to offer unless you are posting. So basically the way that I look at it is I have three main purposes in my posts. And so you can see that on the slide. The first is really just to add value to people. So, you know, by anything that I'm posting, I want it to be uplifting and encouraging and just something that other people are going to see and be like, oh, well, I'm glad she shared that. The second purpose is to build trust with people. Kind of like Shelby talked about, you aren't going to have that connectivity with people unless they trust you. So by what you're posting, you are giving them just a little peek into your life and in what you have to offer as a person and as a potential coach. So you're just automatically building that trust with them in what you're sharing. And then the third thing is really to share what you have to offer. So you want them to know that you are a coach, that you're a mentor, and that you have tools and resources that you want to get them plugged into to improve their lives. So those are the main purposes for posting. But, you know, where we really get stuck, where we really get caught up, I think, is in the content. What is it that we should be sharing? And so what I like to think about it as is your Facebook page is kind of like your business page, or is your business storefront, I'm sorry. And you can look at it as a little reality show about you. Because one of your goals is to build trust with people, they want to know who you are. So you just want to constantly be giving them a little peek into your life and what this really looks like for you. And so from that, you can really want to focus in on 5 to 6 central topics of what you're going to be posting. And when you have those 5 to 6 central topics, that gives you a focus of what you'll be sharing, and it really helps people start knowing what to expect when they come to your page. So, you know, really take some time and reflect on yourself. What things are important to you? What are your passions? What do you like to, you know, scroll Facebook and see? What do you like to get on Pinterest and look at? So a few of my topics are my faith, my family, fitness, obviously, motherhood, and the community that Beachbody has to offer. So when you're sharing your content in your posts, you don't want it to be all Beachbody all the time. That turns people off, that's sticky, we don't want to be that way. So what we like to go by is the 80-20 rule. 80% other things and 20% Beachbody. So when you have that balance, you're giving people lots of other things, lots of other aspects of who you are and what you're about, and then you're sharing that little bit about what Beachbody actually does in your life too. So that really gives you an idea of kind of the content that you want to be sharing. And then my last, you know, I'll finish up with just a few tips on how to make your posts as effective as possible. So if you're really struggling with what to share, my best advice is to just use your vital behaviors. Every day you are drinking your Shakeology, you're doing your workout, and you're doing professional development. Right there you have 3 posts. And you know, the frequency that we want to be posting is 3 to 5 times a day. So just by sharing a workout picture, by sharing your shake each day, and by sharing something that you read in your professional development, that gives you 3. And then those 2 others can be things that relate to your life. You know, maybe you have a child and you want to share something about what you've done with your child, whatever it is. Just, you know, find that balance, but use those vital behaviors as your anchor so that you always have something to share. Something that I really encourage my coaches to do is to always be auditing their Facebook. And I like to call it a one scroll audit. So in one scroll on your Facebook page, somebody new coming to your page should be able to see that you are a coach and a business mentor, you have something that they can join, you're on your own personal fitness journey, that you are a positive and mainly balanced person, and that you are going to add value to their lives. So, you can audit your page yourself, or you can ask a friend, your success partner, whoever it is, just to look down through your page. And if, they scroll through and they can see those things in one scroll, then you know that you're probably hitting all of your bases in your post. Just to make your posts better, you want to be sure to share clear and balanced pictures. You don't want things that are really grainy or it's hard to see what you're actually sharing. And one way that I've found that has really increased my engagement on my posts is asking questions. So you can see in the picture where I'm holding the jar of peanut butter, that was one of the simplest, silliest posts, but it was one of my posts that I've had the most engagement on. And it was just, you can maybe read in the side there, but I said something like, I have a confession to make. I love peanut butter. And one way that I limit my use is I melt it and drizzle it on things. So what is something that you like peanut butter on? And I had tons of engagement that, opened me up to having some new conversations. And this was a great way to get people interacting on my page and just also getting to know me a little better. And then finally, make it you. It doesn't matter what you're posting if it's not helping other people get to know you and connect with you. So that, above all else, that is my, biggest tip to you, is to make it personal, to just put your flavor on it. It's easy to get caught up in looking at the other top coaches and wanting to emulate the types of posts and the posts that they are doing. And that is a great place to get inspiration, but make it you. Put your own flavor on it and make it personal to you so that other people can connect to you. So in a nutshell, that is what to post about. So I hope that helps.
Oh my gosh, Leisha, that was so good. I did like a whole call on this, and I think you did a better job in like 8 minutes than I did with like an hour call. So thank you so much. And I think I will definitely make this slide, well, probably all the slides, available on our team page, because it's just got such great content. So thank you. And she nailed it on the head by saying that your posts are an extension of your invites. If you're inviting people, but they don't see the reality of what you're inviting them to on your posts, it's not going to be as effective. All right, so we are going to move now to Haley, and Haley is going to talk to us about what inviting is. So Haley, take it away.
All right, I'm so nervous. I practiced this like to my husband. I even video called my sister, was like, tell me if this sounds okay. Okay, so I have this written out. Okay, and if you asked me 6 months ago to do this, I would have like freaked out. But okay, I'm gonna start, and you can see in the slide I put building relationships, and I use this photo because I feel like it's just a really great example of what building relationships with is. Vanessa took time to build a relationship with each and every one of us. She didn't just say, hey, come buy this shake for me. She took time and spent time like investing in each one of us to for us really to see the value in that. And that's really what you want to do with people. You wanted them to see the value instead of just saying, hey, do you want to come join my challenge group and buy a challenge pack? You really want to be like, okay, so, this is what I have to offer. And, other MLM companies, that's what that is about. And this company is not about the sell. And I love that so many times that Carl has been like, if you're not looking to really help people, you're in the wrong business. And, the building relationships part, I feel like each one of us have like kind of our messages have kind of like all connected together, but I just sending somebody a message and just kind of connecting with them. You never know whose day you're going to uplift by just sending them a message and being like, hey, I've seen that you're doing this, you're doing so great. Or there's so many times that people have messaged me and they're like, oh my gosh, Haley, your kids are so cute. And I know you have your hands full, but you're doing so great. Like that just uplifts my day. And when you do that, you're going to be able to build a relationship with someone. And like the messages about, you know, just messaging someone and saying, hey, do you want to buy a challenge pack? There was, not to pick on this one company, but at one point I was getting millions of messages about saying, hey, do you want to buy a wrap from me? And I was like, no, nobody wants those kind of messages in their inbox. So you have to build real trust with them. And, you know, plus, seriously, I don't think you can ever have too many friends. And so the next one was sharing an opportunity that could change your life. I did this photo because not only is there so much like physical difference in these pictures, like there's so much more. I don't know if you can see it on my face, but I see it on my face, like the difference that Beachbody has made in my life in just, you know, the short amount of time that I have been with this company. And I know that we all know at least 5 people that we can connect with that could use this opportunity, whether it be for the business or for the health or both. When I get scared to share, I have to bring myself back to the place that I was before Beachbody, where I was having anxiety and I was just struggling with my weight, and the place I was at before Vanessa shared with me, before she took the time to build a relationship with me. Okay, this opportunity has changed my life, like seriously, y'all. Okay, I have to go back to have to remind myself how selfish I would be if I didn't share this with other women to see this opportunity. So, let's see. Oh my goodness, I lost my place. Okay, share with them how it's changed your life and your weight loss, your confidence you've gained, maybe an income that you desperately needed, and you know, you aren't selling anything. You are sharing your story that could ultimately change someone's life. It took me a long time to realize that. After you build that relationship, you know, then you can be like, hey, you know, then talk about Beachbody. But like I said, nobody wants those messages in their inbox of wanting to buy stuff. And then the other way is sharing and connecting your struggles. So I put this picture up there because in the background you can see the mess, okay? And I found that is one way that I can connect with other moms and to start a conversation to invite them to some of my free groups and stuff like that. And my husband actually told me that he was like, that he gets embarrassed when I post pictures like this of the mess in the background. I was like, babe, this is real life. You know, no mom has a clean house all the time. If you do, please tell me how. So I didn't want to portray that I have my crap together all the time. Because I clean the mess and I turn around and hello, it's there. So I share about how difficult it is with my son. I mean, he's constantly into something. And so because of that, I have other moms that are in the same struggle. They're like, I know what you're going through, but how do you find time to do all of this? And I share my struggles of cookies. Like, I swear I'm addicted to cookies. The shirt that says, I did it for the cookie? That should be my shirt. So it helps me personally just to let people know that I'm a real mom with real struggles, a real person. And it opens up doors to inviting. And okay, and then I put the picture of this big bear because inviting can be scary. So if the word inviting scares you, you have to maybe just change it to share. Like I've been saying share the whole time instead of inviting. So and this held me back for a long time. The fact of like actually inviting someone. I'm like, how do I invite with someone? But so I have to, look at it as like sharing with them. And it wasn't until I got it out of my head that it wasn't inviting someone to buy something. I'm inviting them to an opportunity. So, and I mean, seriously, all they can say is yes or no, right? So just get past being scared and run at it head on. Vanessa talked to me for 9 months before I signed with her. 9 months. And I even signed with a different company before I signed with her. So I have to reflect back on that too. And, she didn't just give up because I was like, oh, no, it's okay. I found something else, but thank you anyways. And I eventually went back to her. And also, I just have to throw this in there. The Lord says to not fear, for I am with you. And I believe if this is your purpose, then He will help you overcome fear as well. Okay. And I went to a youth revival. I teach a youth group at my church. And anyways, we went to this youth revival, and I had to take notes on this. And it says, do not die staring destiny in the face because you're too scared. Don't let this opportunity pass you by because you're too scared to get out and invite. Because I have let that hold me back for so long now, being scared to jump out and invite people and share with them. And another thing, this morning when I was teaching my lesson, in the lesson it says we were all born to be preachers. We may not stand up in a crowd or a class, but we all are born preachers, even if we're just preaching to ourselves. So preach life into yourself. Those moments where you are just too scared, preach life into yourself and tell yourself that you can do it and that you need to overcome your fears. So I think that's it. I feel like I went really fast, but I'm so nervous. I just talked really fast.
No, that was great. I have goosebumps. That last part was so good, Haley. And, I always forget, I don't remember it taking 9 months for me to from the moment we talked to the moment that you signed, because truly, I just felt like we were just having a relationship. We were just getting to know each other. I would check in with you, see how you're doing. When you make it about the person in the relationship, it wasn't like I was looking at my watch, all right, Haley, I've been 9 months. I wasn't even thinking about that. I was just we were just hanging out together online, chatting and whatever. And so, but that's so cool.
Yeah, I've had to turn my perspective around with that. Even if they say no, even if they don't want to, I still talk to them and build that relationship and, invite them to free groups. And right now I am terrible at free groups, but I'm still letting them in on kind of what I'm doing. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. So good. So good. All right, let's go to Jennifer. Jennifer is going to talk to us about objections.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, so if you are doing your job and inviting and sharing your story, you are going to come across objections. Objections are normal. Whether you're a brand new coach or you've been doing this a while, there is always the dreaded objection. It's the one thing we all struggle with, but it's just the nature of the beast. And instead of being afraid of it, we just need to learn to embrace it and learn from our mistakes. Beachbody gives you some fantastic tools in your back office to help with inviting, whether you're inviting them to be a part of a challenge group or to Shakeology or to try a fitness program. These tools in your back office are definitely your groundwork. It's where you need to start. You're going to want to read about the invite process and how to share with other people. And know that it's key to not sell to people, but to share your own success, your progress, and even other people's progress. Kind of like Haley was saying, take out the invite word and just start sharing your journey. That's what I tell all of my new coaches. The more that you share what this has done for you in your life, the more people are going to be attracted to it. So I have 3 techniques that I use for objections. The first technique I use is you want to ask questions. You should not be talking most of the time. I know when I first started, and even some now, as soon as someone would message me saying, hey, what are you doing? I found myself wanting to just word vomit and be like, oh my goodness, hey, this is what I'm doing, blah, 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 21 Day Fix, Shakeology, this is everything. And then all of a sudden they would just kind of peace out of there and disappear. So I have learned over time to just slow down and ask questions, let them do the talking. So the objection part of it, say they said, well, I've heard that Beachbody was a pyramid scheme. I might reply something back like, well, what do you think a pyramid scheme is? Or, I don't like protein shakes. They're gross. I get that one a lot. You could ask them, well, how come you didn't like them? Or, I can't do an at-home workout. I've tried them before and they are too hard. You might ask them, well, what kind of workouts do you enjoy doing? So again, when they say something, bring it back to them. Let them do the talking. First off, you're getting to know them. You're starting to figure out what they do and don't like so that you can help them pick the right program for them. And you're building that relationship. The second thing I like to do is, I don't know about blank. All I know is blank. There are so many products out there right now being thrown around Facebook. It's like everyone I know right now does some kind of MLM company. And so I get a lot of questions about other products. So when people want to compare things, say they message you saying, I've got the Herbalife shakes. Are those the same things as Shakeology? First off, I'm not a nutritionist. I don't know anything about Herbalife. So I want to respond back honestly. I would say something like, I don't know about those Herbalife shakes. All I know is Shakeology has completely changed my life. I've quit having to take all of my multivitamins. I've cut down on my grocery bill. I've never had so much energy. It's reduced my cravings. I feel great. I won't ever quit drinking it. So again, I don't know about blank. All I know is blank. Whatever those blanks may be, whether it's workouts and you tell them about how the 21-day fix has changed your life. When you're comparing things, that's a great way to go, because we're not experts on all the other products. We only know what's worked for us. The third thing is that feel, felt, and found. I want them to know that I'm not fighting their objection. I don't want them to think that I'm shooting them down and I just want them to get with Beachbody. I totally understand where they're coming from. We all had to start somewhere. And so you might start with, I know how you feel. I've also felt this way before, but I found. So an example, the one that everybody gets, Shakeology is too expensive for me right now. With that, I could say something like, I know how you feel. I was a stay-at-home mom when I first decided I wanted to try Shakeology, and I was super nervous because I thought that I couldn't afford it. But I decided that it was worth the risk, and I wanted to invest in myself, so I gave myself a month to try it. And then I felt amazing. And what I found was I ended up saving money on my grocery bill. I felt phenomenal. And this is where I found out about coaching and how I could actually have my products paid for. So I understand how you feel. I felt the same way, and I found that. That way you're really connecting also. You're sharing part of your story. Again, that's a connection. You want to feel connected to that person. You want them to feel connected to you, and that it's not just a sell, that you're actually getting to know the person. So those are the three ways I handle objections. Ask questions, don't word vomit, and also don't freeze up on them. Be confident when you're talking to them, whether you really know what you're talking about or not. Just show up confident and remember what these programs and Shakeology has done for you. And know that it's not just inviting for a sale, but you're actually sharing and trying to help others. Also, go into the conversation positive and passionate, confident, and help them get to know their why. And then they probably won't come up with an objection because they understand that this is something that could really help them. And if you go into the conversation with, oh, they can't afford this, they won't ever buy it, then you're probably right. They will probably say that. Again, objections are normal. It's part of life. Just learn to deal with it the right way and grow.
Awesome.
All right.
So good, Jennifer. Yeah, I love that. Excitement, passion, and confidence will go such a long way. And yeah, these are great. This is gold right here. So we are going to move on now to Hannah. And Hannah, I think, is going to bring us home. I think this is the last one that we have. And she's going to talk about who are you looking for when you are inviting people, especially to the coaching opportunity. So Hannah, take it away.
Thank you. Thanks, Vanessa. Thanks, everybody. So I have a couple different sources that I pulled from for this. The first one, I found something that Katie Hefner had done, and I found this a while ago. It was, I don't know, I've had it sticking around for a while, so I used that first. She recommended to make a list of characteristics, for example, age, marital status, do these people have kids? Another category would be things like their hobbies, things they like to do, and their interests. And then kind of like what's their personality type? Are they shy? Are they introverted? Are they outgoing? Narrow that down and then create a visual. So she even said to like Google an image of a person online and sort of like build this character around kind of who you're looking for. Once you create this visual and once you kind of have narrowed it down, make a list and read it daily and let this influence your videos, your blogs, your Facebook posts, ways that you can relate to this person, help support this ideal person, whether it be a challenger, a customer, or a coach. So I made a list of who that person would be for me, and I came up with, you know, this pretend person who is mid-30s, new-ish mom, or mom with young kids, or possibly wants to be a mom, maybe doesn't have children yet, maybe is staying home to take care of and raise their child, or wants to leave a professional career to do so, is active, is into fitness, likes to do active things, but has a hard time budgeting time for herself, wants to get back to a stronger place physically, but feels sort of this pull in a direction of, I have to take care of my family and my children. Wants to fit into her clothes, wants to feel energized, but feels like, again, she is being pulled in another direction, and maybe wants more from life. So that would be my list, which is always growing. So just sort of like using that as a way to kind of focus in on how I'm posting and how I'm relating, is maybe thinking about this person, whoever that person is for you. So that was one thing that I had been working on for a while. And then another thing that I found, and I've done this exercise, but not in a while, was make a list of characteristics you would like in or expect in a great challenger or a great coach. Are they reliable? Are they hardworking? Are they compassionate? Are they loyal? Are they a badass? Like, those were my top 5. And then kind of do like the one scroll audit and say, are my posts about this? Are they relating to this person, whether it be myself or someone else that I'm sort of trying to attract to me? Because what you're putting out there is what you're pulling back into you. So if you're posting things that maybe aren't, you know, your highest level, your highest ability, you might be pulling in kind of the wrong vibe. So take a look at what you're doing. Take a look at what you're putting out there, and try and focus on not what you're not doing, but doing something that they'd be attracted to. Doing something you'd be attracted to, because that's really important too. Like, can I get behind what I'm saying? Like, would I follow myself? And if the answer is even a little bit no, then maybe it's time to sort of reel it back in. So then after you find those top 5s, you can do 10, but I started with 5. Rank yourself from 1 to 5. So 1 being the lowest and 5 being the highest. And that will be kind of an eye-opening experience into what you need to work on for yourself as you grow yourself, because let's face it, you can't do anything in this culture, this community of Beachbody, if you're not willing to work on yourself. So start by ranking yourself and find out where your strengths are and where you could probably focus a little bit more time. And use that as you craft and create your post and think about who you want on your team. So I really have found some success in writing it down, because I find that if I can go back to something visual and sort of revisit it and study it every day, that's helpful for me. So I really liked her suggestion of creating a visual and then reading it daily.
Awesome.
So that's it.
So good, Hannah. And I almost
Thank you.
feel like that this maybe should have been first in our little lineup, because once you know who you're looking for and who you're talking to, then when you expand your network, you're looking for that person. And when you make your posts, like Leisha was saying, you're writing with that person in mind, like you're talking exactly to her. And, you know, when you're getting objections, you almost already know what her objections are going to be, because you know this person, you have envisioned them, you know their background, and you're putting out, like Hannah was saying, those vibes that's going to attract those kinds of people. And so, you know, this is important, but it also is one of those things that takes a little bit of time. I don't know if you guys saw on, that is the last one, right? There's nobody else. Okay, good. I don't know if you guys saw the video that I put out on the Shine Tribe page about the 3-month rule, how what you do today, you're going to see the results of that in 3 months. And it's so true, even with, you know, so you make this list of this person that you want on your team, and you write it out and you envision it, and you start auditing yourself, and you're like, you know what, this person would totally not be into me. They would totally not be into what I'm doing. You know, the way that I'm talking about it is just so cold, and this person who I want is really fun. And, you know, you just start figuring things out, and then you start changing how you post, and then those posts start going out there, and it takes a little while for it to work its way into people's worlds. If they're following you on social media, or it takes a while for them to find you and then connect with you, and then for you to start that invite funnel. So all of this is a lot of information that we've given you tonight, but I'm really excited for this next week for us to take this information. This is like, you know, we're just dropping this bomb in your lap, but now throughout the week, we're going to have little assignments. I'm going to ask you to make that list of who your person is that you want on your team. I'm going to ask you to make a post that would be eye-catching to that person. You know, I'm going to ask you to, you know, answer a few objections or post some objections that you're getting as you're inviting people, and for us to workshop and write up possible answers that you could write back. And you know, we're gonna take all of this knowledge and start putting it into action this next week. And I'm so excited, because that's where the power happens. That's when you start to see those ripples, and you will start seeing it immediately, but you're also, you know, even more so going to see it 3 months down the road from now, as you are consistently thinking of that person, reaching out to that person, loving on that person, building relationships with that person. And guys, ultimately, that's what builds your business. This business is built one drop at a time. And before you know it, you've got a bucket full. Because, guys, when I first started, I just, you know, I wanted, like, I'm almost emotional right now to have this call and have my leaders leading this call, and to hear you guys sharing with your coaches and your grand coaches. And this is what I dreamed of having. This is what I wanted, was a team that is so strong and knows their stuff and works hard and can teach it. And I felt like I'm never going to get there. And to just see that all I've done is consistently envision what I want, and just one conversation by one conversation and one comment and like, and just throwing love out there to anyone and everyone who I could. And now it's like, I mean, I still have even bigger plans. I want all of you guys elite. I want us to be like this amazing team. So I'm not like, oh, we've made it, but this is a huge step for me and for our team. I think that we are so strong and we are so deep, and that you guys are taking this and running with it. So if you're in that spot where I was, of thinking this is never going to happen, I'm never going to have a team like this, I'm never, it starts small, but like it can happen. It can definitely happen as you just consistently put those little drops into that bucket and build relationships with people and love on them. And so thank you guys so much for being a part. I don't know if anybody has questions. I know we're at 10 o'clock, but if anybody has burning questions, feel free to type them in the chat or unmute yourself. But this is, guys, watch this one again. This was a just quick and fast, but very potent and dense training that is just gonna just push your business forward big time. And I'm excited to have us get to work this week and start doing some of these things. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, Marlena. Thank you, Haley, Shelby, Jennifer, Alicia, Hannah. You guys killed it. Seriously, like, proud mama moment to hear all of you just amazing sharing and pouring into this team. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow in our Coach Basics training with some more fun assignments for you guys. So have a great night, everyone. Bye.